Welcome, everyone. I'm Kara Williams with the Murray County Chamber and Economic Alliance. And one of the things that our organization strives to do is to represent our membership with public affairs. We have a public affairs committee, and one of the duties of that committee is to make sure that during an election year, our members and the general public stay informed on candidates. Under normal circumstances, we would have done this in person and had a candidate forum with an audience, but due to the current situation with the COVID pandemic, we decided to bring these to you virtually. So even though we were not able to do this in person, we are certainly happy to be able to do this via Zoom and and with a virtual conversation. And I am thrilled today to introduce to you Eddie Johnson. And Eddie is a candidate for District 69 with the Tennessee House of Representatives. So Eddie, thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm sorry it couldn't be in person, but I'm glad we're here together today.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, so if you're ready, we're gonna dive right in.
Ready to go.
All right. All right, Eddie, if you would tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and why are you running for state representative in District 69?
Well, we need somebody that's going to go to Nashville and talk about the people, the problems we have. I'm just a construction worker. In 2018, I was presented with the opportunity to run for candidate, and I jumped on board. Everybody voted party lines, so all I got was a little bit of name recognition out there. And this time we learned a lot, but we had COVID hit. Yeah. So now we're struggling doing Zoom meetings and not being able to get out and shake hands. And I want to be able to go up and help the good people of District 69, represent them.
So tell us a little bit about why you ran in 2018, and is it the same for 2020, or have you learned some things since then that make you feel differently?
It seems the issues are all the same. Our legislators now go up and they don't do anything for us. In 18, it was rural broadband expansion, opioid epidemic, teachers' pay, and it's still the same. It's been 2 years and they've done nothing for us.
All right, well, we're going to move on to the next question. So tell us a little bit about your experience, your past experiences, whether it be personal or occupational, and the qualifications that you feel like would make you an optimal candidate for District 69.
Well, like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a great public speaker. I substitute at the high school and the middle school here where I live. I'll be able to get out and see people. I coach kids. I've started a fishing team for the high school. This year it's expanded to the middle school. And I just want to be a voice. I can go to Nashville and work. I've been up on Capitol Hill and talked to the people and seen how things actually work. I'd actually intended on going and hanging out with the legislators a few days to learn exactly what they do. And while I were up learning, lobbying, I went up with the communication workers and saw firsthand how they go in and sit down with each one of these to try to get them to vote their way and present bills that will help the workers of Middle Tennessee, all of Tennessee, I guess. But that's where I can be an asset, is I can go work on both sides of the aisle to get work done.
All right, a very, very good point. So tell us a little bit about, so where's home? So the district covers Hickman County, part of Dixon County, and part of Murray County. So where is home for you?
Well, I'm on the east end of Hickman County, a little place called Bon Aqua. I've been out here 18 years. Plan on staying for a long time. We've got 40 plus acres. My mom and dad live on the property. I married a lady from Hickman County, and all of her family's right here. So we plan on staying right here, and I'm in the middle of District 69.
Yes.
I can go north to Montgomery County line or south to downtown Columbia and be even right there. So I'm centrally located for everybody to be able to get in touch with me.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a few minutes. So let's get into some of the issues that we want to talk about today. So more and more people are becoming dependent on internet services and broadband services for school and work. And the need for statewide broadband has accelerated quickly. So it was something we have talked about in the past, but the need for it has certainly accelerated very, very quickly. So if you were elected for District 69, what action would you take to make sure that internet access was available for all Tennesseans?
Well, only 82% of Tennesseans have access to broadband. Here where I live, we're 69.6%, but we need to increase that. We've got to work, like I said, across the aisle. We've got to get both parties involved because we need this rural broadband. It'll help our workforce with the COVID coming on. It's shown us exactly where we are lacking in Tennessee. Our kids need to be at home learning more, but so many of them don't have the access.
Yeah.
So let's use the federal grants. You know, there's so many grants out there. We have a huge rainy day fund in Tennessee. Why don't we spend it on our kids? There's lots of ways to increase it, and with the rural broadband, you're bringing in the economic part of it, where people are going to stay home and work, and then they're going to spend their money at home. They're not going to be driving to Nashville to work in the offices. They'll be able to stay right here and help our small businesses out.
That's a very good point. Very, very good point. And so you've segued really well into our next topic, which is education. So the State Department of Education has recognized the learning gaps and delays among our school students because of working from home and remotely. How can the legislator address the gaps that should and the shortfalls in the academic achievement of our students that they have suffered as due to the COVID pandemic and doing school from home?
Well, we've got to have the rural broadband, but we also have to pay our teachers better. We have to invest in our teachers. Invest in the teachers they'll invest in our students.
Yeah.
Our teachers are falling behind, and the teachers are being promised a raise and not getting it. Here we go. Both of our state representatives have voted for school vouchers. And I tell you, it gives you more school choices, but far too many of your neighbors, it's just a way to private schools to cherry pick their students and leaves everyone in the public schools that's already underfunded. You deserve better. Our public kids need more attention. If we do the school vouchers, it's going to take away from any of the funding that we have and give to the big schools.
For the public schools?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the economy as it has been impacted by the pandemic. So our local economy has seen some businesses do very well and some struggle and even close as a result of the COVID pandemic. What would be your economic plan to continue recovery efforts in our district? So what do you see as the sort of the primary economic issues that are happening in your area, in our district, and how can we address those going forward?
Well, the folks in charge right now tell you that COVID is the sole reason for the economic downturn. They're half right. Pre-COVID, what was our numbers? the unemployment rate was 3.5%. Now we're a little higher, but our poverty rate's 16%. We've got to increase the rural broadband, get these good jobs. Get these good jobs for these folks to stay at home. They're going to spend more money in local. Our mom and pop shops downtown, if you're not driving to Nashville, you're not going to be going to the big box stores. Stay home, spend your money local. It's going to help the people. You're not driving 3 hours a day back and forth to Nashville. The businesses, they're going to prosper. They don't have the overhead of the huge buildings with all these people parking there. So we've just got to invest in ourselves.
Yeah. Any other thoughts you have on just the economy in general, not necessarily related to COVID or recovery? Any other thoughts you have on the economy just in general?
We need a livable wage. Well, what in the world? I drew a blank.
Minimum wage.
Yeah, there we go. The minimum wage.
I'm trying to read your mind.
Yeah, that's hard to do. That'll keep you busy. The minimum wage at $7.25, that's not a livable wage. Does it need to be $15 an hour? No. But the livable wage needs to be $15 an hour. If you're going to work and take care of a household, you need to have a good paying job. And working 2 minimum wage jobs don't make $15 an hour. That keeps you away from the house. If you can work a 40-hour, $15 an hour job, you can live on that. But you shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet. 40% of the people live paycheck to paycheck. And in my eyes, that's unacceptable. There again, with COVID, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you come in contact with somebody and you've got to quarantine for 2 weeks, what are these people going to do? They're going to lose their houses, yes. They're going to lose their cars. They're not going to put food on the table. You watch the Facebook pages, you see people all the time, I got to sell my car because I can't pay my rent. My kids are going hungry. We've got a huge rainy day fund. Why don't we spend that on us? Why don't we help the Tennesseans?
All right. All right. So tell me a little bit. So we're going to get a little bit deeper into kind of your thoughts and your philosophies. What issues are you most passionate about, and how would it affect your constituents in Murray County as well as District 69? So what are the issues that you personally are most passionate about?
Oh, I don't know that there's one issue.
It can be more than one. I'll be happy to hear them all.
We've got the pandemic that we're in. So many people are losing a lot. We've got to take better care of ourselves. I know it sounds like a liberal thing, but you need to wear your mask when you're around people. We've got to have some help for the people that are quarantining. We've also got the opioid epidemic. People are struggling every single day. And where are we to help them? Nobody's considered it. Like I said, in 18, it was still the same thing, and nobody's done anything. The right to work comes up this year to be placed in the Constitution. A lot of people don't understand that a right to work is actually a company's right to fire you. It's not just for the workers. Now, I am a worker, so that affects me directly. And I want to be able to go up and listen to the people. Here in Dixon, you've got a fuel depot they're wanting to build. Well, the big company's trying everything they can to backdoor the county to have them come in and pay for it all. That's just not right. Big companies do not have the right to come in and backdoor the local people. They spend a lot of money. They know who to pay. I'm just your average guy. This job don't pay very much, but some of these people make good money doing it. And I don't know how they're doing it, but I know I don't need all that. So they can't pay me to buy a vote.
Anything else you're passionate about?
I don't know, can I go ride my bike?
Hey, you tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, me and the wife enjoy getting out and riding.
That's good. That's always fun. That's always fun, I'm sure. And you brought up some good points about that lead us into our next question, because you talked about listening to the people. So if you are elected to District 69, to the House of Representatives, how would you stay informed on matters of importance with your constituents? So what kind of communication tools would you use? How would you make sure that you stayed informed and connected with the constituents in District 69?
You checking the emails, answering the phone. It's not hard. Get out and see people. I enjoy going down and visiting with the American Legion here in Hickman County. They have a great time down there. We need more veterans to get involved. There's only 20 people there, I believe, Saturday. And there's 1,700 veterans in Hickman County. So show your face. I go to the fishing tournaments for the kids. We've got 7 boats that fish right now. Like to expand that. I'm always out and about. I'm not going to hide from anybody. There's Facebook, Twitter. What's the other one? I don't know. Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. So, so easy to get a hold of me.
Okay, perfect. So in closing, are there any other issues that are really important to you, or that you are concerned about for our district? And also anything else that we haven't talked about or that I haven't asked you about that you want to speak on?
Well, like I said, I'm not a good public speaker, but I'm here to be the voice for Tennesseans. I believe I can listen to them and go with what they need, because I am one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't plan on making a career out of this. Matter of fact, one of the people sent a survey for term limits. Yes, we probably do need term limits. I don't know where to start at. This is just a 2-year term, so 2 terms wouldn't quite be enough, but there's no need to be in this office for 30 years. All the way up to the United States Congress. They don't need to be in that long. But it is what it is. I'm just passionate about being for the people.
All right. Anything else we haven't covered that you want to mention?
I don't know. I think we've covered it pretty well.
We have covered it pretty well. So, well, Eddie, I really do appreciate your time today. Appreciate the opportunity for our viewers to meet you and get to know you and hear some of the things that you're concerned about. I want to remind our viewers about the upcoming election day and also early voting. So please get out and vote. We encourage you to vote. Early voting starts on October the 14th and election day is November the 3rd. So we encourage everybody to get out and vote. And Eddie, again, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you, and I appreciate the opportunity for our viewers to get to know you.
Well, thank you for having me. If anybody wants to check on me more, it's eddiejohnson.us or Eddie Johnson for TN 69th on Facebook.
All right, perfect. All right. Well, Eddie, thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.